I mean, people literally have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hours in a game. I don't see how you talking about it's just too expensive for you. So the debate of are fighting games costing too much has arisen again. We have somebody that had a kind of like a hit tweeting the FGC that said, "I love how fighting games are like, here's $60 for the game, and from here on you get to also wait, and from here on you get to also have to pay for every single DLC character, which will amount to $100, 100+ bucks by the end of the life cycle, not including cosmetics. And we like just accept it." And then somebody commented, "Fighting games being live service games are the worst thing ever." And they responded back, "Ain't that the truth?" So this has been a debate as old as time. I mean, Street Fighter 2 was back in the day, capping people in the knees every time they released a new version of their game. And that's something that Capcom has continued to do with their main games. I'm tired tonight. I kept the camera on E again, man. I ain't switching or nothing. But you know, uh we're doing it
Part of the
live,
show,
so
baby.
bump it. But yeah, so this discussion that's come up again. Do you feel like fighting games are too expensive? Do you feel like fighting games being live service is too much? Do you feel like these companies but making us pay $60 for a game and then $100+ in DLC that don't even include cosmetics is basically going sneakily into our wallets and taking everything that's in it? Starting with you, Mr. Gamer Live, how are you well, we can go with MC Mason first. How are you feeling about this, man? Do you feel like that's too much money?
Yes, actually, I do. I think
Okay.
it's yeah, I really do. I think it's too much money. I think there's a lot of the thing about it is that they've been. I remember the first time I saw like a season pass implemented, that I can remember was back with LA Noir back on the Xbox 360 when they did like the season pass, and then you buy like the extra packs and everything like that, and you get like the Reefer Madness DLC, and then you get like another DLC, like maybe I don't think of the Black Dahlia, I was thinking of something else, but anyway, yeah, it's like now you got to pay like an extra $20-$30 on top of the money you already paid for this game. And yeah, like I mean that was to me, I was like, oh, okay, well, that doesn't seem too bad. I mean, they want more extra stuff, I want extra stuff, I might as well, pay for it, I just but it's like it is getting a bit much, man, because it's like now it's like, oh geez, now I get a game and I don't have the whole game. It's like I guess I'm being told that I'm getting the full game, but then later on, there's other pieces of the game that I didn't know that it existed or were going to exist, and now I got to buy those too. And I don't want, but the thing is, I don't want people to not be paid for their efforts, for what they do. Like even Tekken 8, which I have a lot of problems with. I want people to like get paid for the games that they develop. I think you made the character, you should get paid for it. But it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, like how much does that actually total up to? You know what I mean? How much effort how much would you have to charge on the front end on the very first release in order to make it worth it to have all those characters in from the very beginning, I mean, what if there's something else that they think of later on? They say, hey man, I think that would be a cool addition to the game. I want cool stuff added to the game, and I want people to be compensated for the new cool stuff that they think of that they want to add to the game. But it's just like, it is a lot of money though. Like that's games end up costing a lot of money. And I don't know, man. It's like games as a live service, because when you think about it, well, games as a live service, I don't like that. Okay, fine. But then like you have to consider the fact that, okay, if you don't want that, then you have to basically like think about, okay, then the game you buy is the game you get forever. Then we're going back to the dark ages where you buy one game and it's like it's one game and that's the way it is forever. Like let's say they just stopped doing patches. They just stopped patching games. Like how would you feel if like Tekken 8 was or Tekken 8 Street Fighter 6 was like just exactly the same way it was that it's been since the day it came out till right now. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna release a new version of Street Fighter 6 like in like a month, and that's gonna be another $60. Like, how would you feel about that? That would be that I would be kind of like, wow, okay, so I gotta buy another new version of like Street Fighter 6 now. I just bought the old one. It would, I mean, we kind of like dealt with it back then because that's just kind of how it was. But we have technology now. We don't have to do that. The whole point of I don't know, man. I think the live service. I don't like paying extra money, but I see the reason why you have to pay the extra money, man. Like this, it's kind of a necessity. You can't expect new stuff to be added on to the game that you currently own for like basically nothing. Like that's why I said before. I even complained about the whole thing with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I didn't expect to get Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3 for nothing, but I definitely didn't want to have to buy a whole new game. Like that's just how I felt about it, man. I'm just like, I'll I'll pay you like 20, $30 for like a bunch of new content. But like that's just the cost of doing business at this point, man. Like in this new era, if you don't want to basically go back to the dark ages where you're basically like Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter, Street Fighter Turbo, like you have like 6 versions of the same game, then I mean, this is where we're at, man. Like that's just what happens. I mean, like games take a long time to develop now. So some of these characters take a while to develop. Some of this stuff takes a little while to develop. So you're not going to get all of it. I mean, do you want the game now or do you want the game later? I mean, it's like people they have timelines set within the company. I don't know. It's just for me, I think the games do cost a lot. I think it's a lot of money, but I understand why they do it. So that's my take. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just the way it is. In order to like keep a decent, like, I guess, service going for people, especially people who who like maybe are shut-ins or something like that. People who can't necessarily go to the store and buy another game. It's just easier for you to just port all that stuff over the internet to your game and just update the game, and that might require that you pay an extra $8 for a new character. I don't know if you should pay $8 though, man. I don't know. Some of the prices are kind of steep, but yeah, that's my take.
Game lift.
So it is expensive. It's definitely expensive. This could be a thing of maybe like generations changing. I'm not sure how old this person was and made this post, but if y'all remember, the reason why Nintendo switched from cartridge based games is because they were insanely expensive to make, and you couldn't get a lot of content on those cartridges. This is a little bit of a side, but Final Fantasy VII was supposed to have released on the 64, but it would have taken 32 cartridges to get the game that we got on the PlayStation 1 to run on the 64. So that's
Probably
why they
bought all 32.
So that's why people know that cartridges, that's why they were so expensive. That's why like the Neo Geo, those big cartridges were so expensive because they were like supposed to be like arcade quality, and it was on a cartridge and they cost like $200. So if I'm being honest, I think that we're still kind of getting a little, to me personally, I think they're a little cheaper because Street Fighter 2 was like $70, $80 back when it first came out. And like, I know people are like talking about the conversation of $80 to $70 games now. That's back in the 90s. And if like, I know I've looked at people saying like, if you adjust it, that's like $140, $160 in today's money. So that's just for one version. Like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. And I think most of those games, those new ones were like around the same price. So like $60 to $80. So you spend that like 4 or 5 times. As opposed to now, you buy Street Fighter 6 for $60. I bought 2 DLCs, was like 30 a piece. So right now I'm at like 120, 130. I don't deal with all that extra stuff in the battle hub, all that nonsense. So I will say this one thing that I do not like about the current content, the current way things are being like sold. they're trying to chase the trend with battle passes from back battle royales, right?
Oh yeah.
There's no need for Street Fighter 6 to have a battle pass. Most fighting games don't need battle passes. So we just need to get rid of that. Now I will say that they are nickel and diamond people a lot. When the Ninja Turtle outfits came out, they were like $16 a pop. Just so that's like, I get it. Those games were super expensive back in the day, but like some of the practices are still kind of like outrageous. Like you're telling me I'm spending $15 to $16 on a skin for a battle hub character. Not that I can actually use, not that they're actual characters in the game, which I feel like at this point, I think we should have some Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter. I think that'd be dope. We got them in Injustice. I think they fit Street Fighter a lot better than Injustice. I get it. They had like some crossovers with Batman in the comics and stuff, but I think the Turtles need to be in Street Fighter at this point. But yeah, like those, you can't even like play those characters. You just get each costume. And it's not like, hey, I pay 16, I can like switch the colors for each turtle. No, you had to individually buy each costume for each turtle. That was ridiculous. So you spending the cost of the game on those 4 outfits. That's ridiculous. So when you got stuff like that, that's kind of wild. I don't know what any of the other crossover stuff costs. They had a Baki crossover. I'm not sure how much that stuff cost. They've just had a jury like crossover with like some type of singer or something, like some artist. I don't know how much that costs. You go back to Street Fighter 5. That game had, I'm pretty sure, hundreds of costumes, and half of them was like Chun-Li and Cammy. Like they gave Chun-Li had so many costumes in the game. Of course, we know why. Fan service, but that type of stuff is getting ridiculous. I will say, like, it's getting to the point where it's like, I mean, you don't have to buy that stuff, but it's like, my goodness, like, also probably one of the biggest issues is this currency stuff. We can this he just mentioned live service stuff. When it comes to live service games, they have all these currencies. You got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different types of currencies, and it's like, why I got all these currencies? Like, what is this for? But you buy like amount of currency, right? Let's say you want a costume that costs, I don't know, 500 drive tickets, but instead of just being able to get the exact amount of like tickets or fighter coins you need, you can only get a set amount, and then you have to buy more. It's like that type of stuff I hate. I think they should just, if you just want to get like a certain amount, just let me get a certain amount. Don't make me pay for what I'm not going to use, and then the little I have left over, I can't even use for anything. So to use it, I have to go and then buy more. So that type of stuff I think is unnecessary, and it is kind of expensive. If you want to play these fighting games, you're gonna have to dish out the money, especially if you want to get all the characters and all the content and stuff like that. Now, I will say this as one caveat. If you're a person that only plays fighting games, or you only have one fighting game that's your favorite, it's kind of more of an investment, because if that's all you're playing for hours and hours, hundreds upon hundreds of hours on end, then it's really like, I don't think it's a problem. The problem gets into when you like somebody like me or like you play a bunch of different games. You buy Tekken, you want the characters for that game. You buy Street Fighter, you want the characters for that game. You that's when it starts to get crazy.
Yeah.
When you play all the games, and it's like, all right, bro. And again, you can choose just not to buy those, but it's still like, like MK1. I spent $100 on MK1. Unfortunately.
Congratulations.
And then what was it, Chaos Reigns? That was like $50. And I don't even think you got all the characters. You still had to buy some more of the other characters, I believe, that came out for that latter half of those DLC characters. So I'm just like, bro. So you almost spend $200 on a game that's also nickel and diming you for fatalities, costumes, announcer voices. So stuff like that is like when I'm like, and I saw it right on the wall when Mortal Kombat X had easy fatalities. I'm like,
oh yeah,
what? So
it wasn't easy enough.
No, man, I just need to be able to defeat my opponent and press X, and I get a fatality. That's all I want. Okay. But I mean, again, at the end of the day, some of the people I follow on YouTube and I consume their content that talk about games. The Black Okage, if you want, he always says, "Hey, corporations are not your friends. They're just trying to make money, so they don't care. Like, hey, they just want the money." We're trying to make more money. And that's usually most businesses. They're trying to make more money. They're trying to reach this infinite money glitch. That's what they're reaching out there. So, hey, buy these characters, buy these 15 costumes we got for them. They're gonna cost about $20 a piece. And then the thing with Dead or Alive, I forgot about that one. Where it's like $1,000+ for all the DLC. Like, what are y'all smoking on? Do y'all know this game does not have that much? This game does not have enough relevance for people to come out and spend that type of money on. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect DOA at all because I love DOA as a franchise.
Like
it's a dope 3D fighter. I hope that we can get another one so that we can kind of get a new age of 3D fighters with Virtua Fighter 6 on the horizon. But who is paying $1,000 for DLC in a fighting game? Like, what are you thinking? Like, it has no purpose in like life outside of just playing the game. Come on now. That type of stuff is ludicrous. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon. This whole like trend of season passes is here. I think it's here to stay. It's like I said, it's a little more convenient than like what we had back in the day where you just had to spend out the full price for a new different game. Well, the same game with extra characters and maybe some added changes. But it's still pricey. And as I've always said, gaming has never been cheap. Gaming has always been expensive. It's an expensive hobby, and it will always continue to be that way, you know. So random pockets.
You know, every time this topic comes up, I always think to myself, anybody who tweets out anybody who tweets out that they everybody who tweets out like they feel like fighting games are too expensive. I'm like, okay, I could tell who after a long day of work, they go to the local Weenie Hood Junior and take down a Capri Sun. Because like I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree fighting games are too expensive. Let's just take the numbers that this person say is right. Let's not include cosmetics because we know from games like Dead or Alive, you could easily spend $16,000 to see swimsuit costumes. Let's just say it $200 over the life of the game is spent for the game and the DLC. These be the same people who will go and tell you after the game's life cycle, I spent 2,000 hours in it. Bro, you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
You got your money's worth. You paid 2,000 hours that was registered on your system, not at events, not at locals, not at your buddy house, not at all the different places you go that don't take into account all the memories, the fun times you had with it, all the connections you made. And then at the end of all that, after the game's life cycle, you still get to have it for the rest of your life. It's not it was worth the money. You spent $200 in 5 years for all that I just named, and you're gonna have it from here on out. Just because people moved on to Street Fighter 7 don't mean you got to stop playing Street Fighter 6. People that moved on to all types of Street Fighter. People still playing Turbo. People still playing Turbo. People still playing Third Strike. The lesser of the games. And they still playing like, you know, you still get to play it. Like, what do you like? It was worth it. Some of y'all spent $100 on a date. Some of y'all spent $100 on shoes you wear once. Some of y'all spend $100 on. I mean, what? Some of y'all spend $100 on steak. Some of y'all spend $100. Some of y'all spend $100 literally on stuff that's only gonna last you that hour. Like, and you spend $200 on a game that's gonna last you all your life, as much as you want it, as much as you want to play it. And then within the time that it was a game in the scene doing its thing, you had all these memories. You didn't travel to Evo. I mean, people literally have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hours in a game. Like, I don't see how you talking about it's just too expensive for you. I mean, if you broke it down by the time you literally spent 10 cents and you spent like 10 cents like an hour, like playing, like it's cheaper than arcades. Like, and people used to spend way more at arcades. Like, I don't know, when you do the math, like I spent $200 on it. Man, everybody trying to get me up out of here now. I'm speaking the truth. You just spend $200 and you got 5,000 hours in the game, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's not that expensive. That's not expensive in the grand scheme of things. I understand if you want to compare it to like, you know, like, okay, well, other games did this and other games do it like that. Bro, you play like we talking about fighting game people. We ain't talking about the dude who just heard, City of the Wolves was a great game, spent 70 and was just like, I can't hang. Like, yeah, they got you. Like they got you. That marketing got you. Like, I got your 70, thank you. Like, but I thought you said it was gonna be. It don't matter no more. I got what I needed from you. So I get them, but we talking about y'all fighting game fans. Y'all the ones who invested in this stuff, who paying for all the DLC, who gon' buy the stuff when it come out, who been supporting Street Fighter since you got into it. What are you talking about? Anyway, go ahead back to Winnie Hut Jr. and get you another Capri Sun, bro. Calm down.
Yo, you were talking
all the
about
place they sells Capri Suns,
bro. I like Capri Sun, but like it's
Tell
funny.
Butcher put it in a sippy cup for you this time.
Rexon, you were talking about like, hey, like they just got you, bro. Like they got your $70. It's like, it's like somebody. It's like somebody talking to you, telling you, "Oh man, yo, you should totally get this game. Yo, I promise, it's gonna be fun. Oh man, I tell you, we're gonna sell you this game, and it's gonna be amazing." And you're like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go spend $70 on this game," and you go buy it, and you're just like you say, you can't hang. It's like, "Oh man, this is terrible. I bought the DLC too already," and then you try to hit them up, and they're not even returning your calls anymore. They're like, "Oh." They're not even picking up the phone, going straight to voicemail. They're like, all right, nah, bro, we're good. We don't need to talk to you no more, man. We got your money, bro. What?
We got your 70, bro. Let it go. It's over with.
I mean, like I said, I think this, I don't know what the age of this person, but I mean, I see how it could be expensive, especially like I said, if you're playing like all the fighting game, you're trying to get all like that could add up. If you playing Tekken, you playing Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Grambling, you trying to keep up with all these games, keep up with all the season passes, that's going to add up. There's just no way around that. Now, I will say this is not just a problem in fighting games. This is a problem in just gaming in general, like in terms of DLC packages. We got a game coming up out soon, Borderlands 4.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know that they have a collector's edition of Borderlands 4 for $150.
Oof.
That, get this, guys, it doesn't include the game.
How's that?
I don't know.
Sell the collector's edition of a game and it don't have the game.
I don't know.
What do you even call that?
So that's
a collectible?
I don't know. Some people saying, "Oh, that was a mistake," but I went on GameStop's website and it had up there in bold caps letters for the collector's edition of Borderlands 4. It said "game not included."
That's not the collector's edition of Borderlands 4 then.
Yeah, what even it?
I don't know.
Bro, that's like a promotional media pack. Like, so, what?
Like, imagine I can't imagine anybody that in their right mind that will buy it once they found it out. But there are people that are going to buy this collector's edition, whether they know that they're going to get the game or not, and then they're going to be like,
"Where's the game?"
You're going to have to spend another $70 for the game, so that's $220 just right there, outside of any DLC that comes later.
Be like Will Smith when he comes home in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all their stuff is gone. Video games that.
So I don't know. Like I said, Rexon makes a good point, and like I said this as well. Like if you only play fighting games, you got that one game you play so much, and you got hours upon hours logged in it. It's really an investment. If you you spent $200, and that's the main game you play. You don't really play nothing else. We're gonna shift it over to the sports community. People that play 2K, the quad stack aficionados. People that play 2K and Madden, they spend money on VC and packs, and that's all they play. So they might have spent $1,000 on just this one garbage game they play because Madden is terrible now, and 2K is whatever. That's all they play. So it's like that's all you play. Anytime a game come out, Madden come out, you're gonna buy it. So let's say you spend $500 on whatever they got in the game. It's probably an investment to you. It's probably money well spent. So, but if you like I said, if you're trying to keep up with all the fighting games and all the DLC content, that can get expensive. And I'm gonna be honest, I do miss just unlocking stuff in fighting games. I miss Street Fighter 4 where you just unlock Goku, you just unlock Akuma, you just unlock the characters. I miss that. Like I kind of wish that we would get that back. We kind of got it now, but it's like, oh, well, you can unlock Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, or you can give me $5 and I give it to him right now. Like it's like, you know, so I kind of miss that. But I get there's two sides to this. Like I said, if you're trying to keep up with all of them, then your pocket gonna be hurting. But if you're just playing that one game, you know, it's almost like buying a console. You spend $500 now, $600 on the console. You know you're gonna be playing that console for years on end. So if you play it for 5 years, you like $100 per year. So it's kind of like that. I get it. The console is more the bigger thing you need outside than the game, but still, it's kind of in the same realm. But like Rexon said, I guess, you know, go back to Weenie Hut Jr. and get you a cherry Capri Sun and a bag of animal crackers. I guess I don't know.
Make sure you get the bendy straw.
I don't know why I don't know why he is bringing this into the conversation, but it's funny.
It's pretty funny,
man. Like, come on, bro. Like, man, these games cost too much. Like, bro, like you got like 3,000 hours in playtime. Stop.
No,
I mean, you make a good point though, because a lot of times,
that is a good point.
They just shill out money on something that's literally gone in the instant. I see people buy scratch off tickets all the time, literally just throwing money away, and sometimes they don't even get any return off that ticket. It's like, and I get it, this the chance of getting that big hit, but it's like you just spent like $30-$40 on that, and it just went in the ether.
Yep.
Yeah, so that'd be my thing when I hear it. I'm just like, bro, like all the things we can name that people spend $100 on is just like gone way faster than a video game who's gonna be here for you for at least a minimum of 5 years, 5 seasons. Come on, bro.